Hi and welcome. My name is Wanda, and today I'm going to show you how I made this little Christmas tree and how to make this whole card. I had a lot of fun with it. This is the 3D image that you can get from Digital Delights by Luby Lou, and I'm going to show you how to put it together, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to start with a piece of white cardstock, and I went ahead and cut it 5 by 10 inches. Now our card is going to be a 5 by 5, so you're just going to go ahead and score it at the 5-inch line, just like that. And set that aside there, and then you're just going to go ahead and fold it over and make it even there. And then I wanted to go ahead and put snowflakes on it. So what I did is I went ahead and I'm using this snowflake folder by Cuttlebug. And you notice right here there's an empty space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the front of my card and I'm going to line up my line of my fold right on that empty space right there so that I can get the full coverage of my snowflake. And you just put it in the little plates and you're going to run it through your Cuttlebug. Just like that. Okay. Move that out of the way. And see, you've got just the funnest little snowflakes there. Okay, so we'll just set that aside for a moment and we'll go ahead and start on our tree. And what I did is I went ahead and I cut 1-inch strips out of both a plain piece of paper and also out of a design paper that I wanted to use, which I got out of a die cut with a View Christmas stack. And then you're also going to need a 1-inch strip of brown for your trunk, and the trunk is 1 by 1, so just go ahead and cut the 1-inch strip and then cut a 1-inch square, and that'll give you the trunk of your tree. Alright, so after you cut out your 1-inch strips, just go ahead, and I used the Skyland Snowflake by Martha Stewart, and I just went ahead and punched the whole strip out, both the plain and the solid one. Okay, so just like that, so that you can have the full strip done. And when you have the full strip done, you'll end up with it that looks like this. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take your strips and you're going to start with the printed one, and you'll start at 2.5 inches, just like this. Okay, so that you have a 2-inch strip just like that. And then you'll want to do the next one at 2 1/4, and you want to do it solid, and you'll go back and forth like this every 1/4 inch, so that when you get done you have it up to 3/4 of an inch, and that will be your last one. And I went ahead and did this ahead of time so that we could save some time on this. But see how it all lines up just like this? And my paper was double-sided, so I could get both the reds and the greens, just like that. And then your last one is 3/4 of an inch. Now what you're going to do on this one is you're just going to kind of Christmas tree top it off with a triangle, just like that, so that it's like that. And the rest of them, you're going to take your Deco Memories Crocodile corner choppers, and you're just going to do it on both sides, just like that, so that it looks like that. And you'll do that on all of them except for the top one, like I said. So just go through and chomp them up. This is such a simple project, and it turned out so cute. I was so happy with it. Of course, I love snowmen, so that's my preference. Okay, so we did it all the way up there. The last one you just kind of just stick in there a little bit, just like that. Okay? Alright, so the next step is we're going to take our card, and we'll leave these in order, Just move them over just a little bit. And you want to take your tree trunk and put a little bit of ETG on it. Come on. There we go. My ATG gun didn't want to work there for a second. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your last one and just kind of gauge where the center is of it, because you want it close to the edge, but you don't want it all the way to the edge. So just use it to kind of gauge it so that you can put your tree trunk on. And then you're going to just start layering your tree. Just put a little strip of ATG tape on there. And your first level goes right here. And what I do is right here on the edge is where I lined up my tree. Oops, that's over a little bit too far. That looks better. Okay, so do that, and then you'll take your solid one. And once again, you'll want to take this right here and put it right on the edge there of the last one. And you just continue doing this all the way up. And it is 1/4 of an inch smaller, so it gets smaller each time, and you just want to kind of center it in there. Just like that. And just keep doing on up the tree. Just a couple more. Okay, and the last one. Alright, good. So there's your Christmas tree, and that was just so simple. And then I wanted to put a star on top, and I did not have any gold stars. So I went ahead and I took these white ones that I had, and I colored them with a big marker. You just color it up. Just like that. Make sure you get all the sides. And then you have your star. Right on the top of your tree. Just like that. Okay. Alright, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my little snowman that we did. And I went ahead and started it. But here is the 3D snowman that you can get off a digitalized site. And I went ahead and started. See, I've had the layers. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your little pop dots and cut them out. And these little pieces here, what I use is just the edge where the dots aren't. It's the leftover, and I just cut it to fit so that I could have them on the candy cane too. What you do is you just line it right up there. Just like that. And go ahead and put this last one on too. We have confetti action going on over here now with all the little pieces that come off. There we go, just like that. Line up your candy canes and your scarf and the top. And there you go. So he's all finished, and you see it's nice and layered and makes a really nice 3D effect. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use some liquid glue on him. Just like that. And we'll stick him right in here. Make sure he's on there real good. Alright. And then the next thing is I wanted to add just a few more dimensional snowflakes. So I had this wonderful little snowflake garland, and I just cut the individual snowflakes off so that I could have some three-dimensional snowflakes on my card too. Okay, and then just add a little bit of glue to them. Stick them on just wherever you'd like to. Just like that. And then for the ornaments on the tree, I had this that I had gotten from a closeout on for the 4th of July. And you can just use, you don't need to use the whole thing like it comes. You can cut the little pieces apart, just like this, and use them individually. I always look for the closeout on the gems, because once a holiday's over, they don't want to sell them for that holiday anymore, and they just close them out. And I just love to take them apart and use them on whatever I want to use them on. And it already comes with a little sticky on the back, so you don't have to worry about gluing them. So that's my little secret of how I get my gems without paying a huge price for them or having to worry about trying to glue the back of them. But they do stick to your finger. So come on, little guy. I guess that one doesn't want to go on there. It's resisting, so we'll just set it aside. So the bigger one's in there. Let's see. I want a couple more little red ones, so I'm going to come up here and take them out of the middle here. Okay. Alright, so you get the idea of how to do that. Then the last thing I did is I used this glistening snow rider, and I just went ahead and put it across the bottom here. And it comes out kind of thick and white, but when it dries it turns into the glistening snow, so you can just put it across there, just like that. And that's how I made this card. And here's the finished one. As you can see, the snow's on the bottom there, and it turned out just so adorable. And I hope you enjoyed this, and you have a great day. Huggles.